Now, because the boys aren't here, I don't know how to start this, so I'm going to try and give us a warm welcome introduction and introduce the new people.
In the warm introduction?
Yeah.
Well, I think Jen and I should introduce it.
You want to introduce it?
I think we should.
Sure.
I don't know what to say about it.
There you go. So that's
I
what
think
that's
we
the
should.
issue I'm facing.
I'm going to introduce it, okay. I don't know how to introduce it.
Okay.
Welcome to Popular Cult Podcast.
I was going to say
Podcast about popular culture.
Hello, I'm Gavin, and welcome to Popular Cult. We have two new voices with us. The boys are away, and some are fathers, so they don't have all the time in the world. But that's okay, we'll still get them involved. But I do want to introduce you to two new voices on the podcast. On my left-hand side, your left or right, I don't know where you're sitting, we have Mel. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
How are we doing today?
Oh, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And on my right-hand side, your left, or wherever you happen to be sitting, I have Jen.
Hello.
Hi, Jen. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Shout out to fathers.
Hi, fathers.
Fathers, you mentioned fathers. Good on you,
Even though
fathers.
it's Mother's Day, but
Fathers
let's
don't
give the
have
shout
a
out.
lot of time to do podcasts, so you know what?
That's true.
Solidarity.
Yeah, and for all the mums that do have the time to do the
Yeah.
podcast, you know what?
We
We're
all
not
know.
going to give you a shout out.
Oh, such slackers, those
Thanks for
women.
having me.
There are no problems at all. Now, for those of you who might be familiar, Jen has her own podcast. It is called the Nerd Out Podcast.
Yes, Nerd Out with Rob Lloyd, Jen Spears, and Sandra Fulce.
Jennifer, ours is a movie. The Popular Cult is movie based. Let me guess that yours is something different.
Not entirely.
Oh, so she's a competing podcast.
She is.
Sort of. Well, there are crossovers. I think a lot of the popular cult movies are nerdy movies, and they have cult following, therefore nerd following. I guess there's some crossovers there.
See, 10, 15 years ago, nerd would have been an insult, but it's very
Correct.
chic,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's very chic now.
Very chic to be nerdy.
Nerd culture.
One other thing, I'm going to get very nerdy right away. All our names have three letters. Gav, Mel, Jen.
Like it.
Miller.
Yeah. Can I just know, I don't have anything to plug.
See, when I'm on my own podcast, I don't ever have anything to plug. So it's a nice change that I can plug my own podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm going to plug...
The sink.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Put a plug in the sink.
Yeah.
I see what you did
I
there.
couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't
we're
resist.
off to a quick start.
We are.
We are talking about... That was a really bad impromptu drum roll, and I think I might take it
Probably
out.
not going to sound
Edit.
good.
I'm going to
that.
edit that and put a different drum beat in. We are talking about Ghostbusters 2.
Yay.
Ghosts. Who are you going to call?
It's a spooky ghost.
Now, beginning with, obviously, everyone's seen Ghostbusters, the first one.
Of course.
This is set 5 years later, directed and produced by Ivan Reitman, who I think is a genius. He's fantastic. I think he did a Terminator movie back in the day. I don't know his
Probably.
whole...
They seem fairly...
I can see Mel's already typing away. She's doing it very quietly because she doesn't want the microphones to pick it
Listen,
up.
like I was saying before, I don't know anything about anything, or especially this movie. So if
I'm
you
not
know
great
all
with
of
names, but
Why
if you
do-
listed off a bunch of his work, I'd know.
Why do we have you on the podcast if you don't know anything about anything?
I'm amazing and hilarious.
Moral
Okay, yeah,
support,
sure.
so-
She's,
yeah.
She's like the Chelsea Peretti of the podcast.
That's
It's brilliant.
correct.
Chelsea Peretti's fucking hilarious.
Right.
Yes, can I
She's-
swear?
You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
absolutely
Chelsea
swear.
Peretti's fucking hilarious so that you can be Chelsea Peretti.
Nice
Fucking A.
self-edit, though. If I
Thanks.
have to go and change this later on, I appreciate that. So, you've looked up Ivan Reitman, I'm gathering?
I went to the Ghostbusters 2 IMDb page. Okay, I can tell you a little bit about Ivan Reitman.
Please do.
If you would like. He's done quite a lot of things. He is mainly produced. He did Animal House,
Great film.
Oh,
John Belushi.
okay,
Of course
John
he
Belushi.
did. Yeah.
That makes sense.
of course. He's from Czechoslovakia originally,
Good for him.
when it was.
I was thinking Ivan
Czechoslovakia.
Reitman was a very
Interesting
American
trivia.
sounding name.
Yes. Yeah, he's done a bunch of shit.
Did he do one of the
Disturbia,
Terminators?
if everybody
I
remembers
think he did.
that.
Disturbia.
Yeah.
The
I
remake.
recently watched that.
Shia
Shia LaBeouf.
The Beef.
I
Oh,
was
it's
told,
the Rear Window remake,
I was
right?
told it was a great
Yes.
fun film, and I had nightmares afterwards. It was really scary.
About Shia
It's-
LaBeouf?
About
It's
Shia
fucked up.
LaBeouf's acting.
Can we
No.
just note that we've all pronounced Shia LaBeouf's name different ways?
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Shia
Shia
different way.
LaBeouf.
Isn't
No?
it's the beef in French, isn't it? I'm not wrong.
Le-
I say it
LaBeouf.
differently every
LaBeouf.
time I say it. You see.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Okay.
People on their
deliberately
toes.
call him the Beef.
I like that. I'm going to do that. Yeah.
He did Kindergarten Cop, which is
Great
the
film.
best.
It's not a tumor.
So, and
I
he
know
also
he did something with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
most of the Beethoven. He did only produce Space Jam. So
He did-
Wow. Yeah.
Great American Hero.
All right, so
did
he's working.
he's directed Ghostbusters 2 or produced?
He
produced.
directed and produced.
Oh,
Right.
He
Great.
should have, absolutely. And the Bill Murray connection comes back, obviously,
Yep.
with Space Jam.
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Wonderful.
He
All
did
right,
the
so
first one as well.
set 5 years after the original. So 1984 was the original Ghostbusters.
Correct.
What happened in Ghostbusters 1 for those who aren't up to date? Big Marshmallow Man, right?
There were ghosts.
There were ghosts.
And they were busted.
There was at least 2 ghosts that I remember.
There was
Slimer
phone
and
calls.
the other one.
Yep.
People got called.
Yeah, we saw the creation and coming together of the Ghostbusters team.
Yes.
Forgive me because I only watched this for this podcast,
Mm.
but the first one, it's been a long time. Does Egon's hair turn white in that one? Because he was white in the cartoon. He had
No.
white hair in the cartoon.
No, it's brown.
And he had the
That's
little
just-
curl.
Yep.
They just didn't color. They just ran out of.
They ran
Brown.
out of colour for and just
out of
left
blue.
it in the
Yeah.
first issue. No, he has brown hair.
Okay.
Good comparison there. Nice
I'm
throwback
just
to the
checking.
comics.
Yeah, absolutely. Although there was a cartoon.
Correct.
I do remember watching the cartoon.
The female Egon from the new Ghostbusters looks a lot more like the Egon of the cartoon.
who was the female? Is that
Kate
Kate
McKinnon?
McKinnon
Thank you.
from
Yes.
SNL?
She is amazing.
Very good.
Now, have either of you ladies seen the reboot?
I haven't.
No.
Neither have I.
All right, so
We're
3 people at the table that haven't seen the female
Very bad.
reboot of Ghostbusters.
Very bad feminists according to the internet. Or part
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
internet.
I had such high hopes, and then I heard such bad things that I kind of am too scared
Yeah.
to
Who
watch
did you
it.
hear the bad things from?
Everywhere and everyone.
Okay.
So I'm too scared. So yeah, first one, the Ghostbusters were formed. Some ghosts were busted.
Yep.
We were introduced to the Sigourney Weaver's character of Dana, who was the
Now,
femme fatale, I suppose.
She was technically kind of taken over by a demon as such.
Yes.
Very kind of ghost, kind of alien related. Was she an alien before this or after this?
Great question. Alien was after, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Mel, I
After the
figured out
first
why
one.
Mel's here. She's the one with the IMDb in front of her. So
Yes,
but
that
when,
is correct.
When we need to know information,
Okay.
we will go to Mel.
The chronology of Sigourney Weaver's career goes Alien in 1979.
Damn.
79.
Yes.
That's old.
Ghostbusters.
Wow.
10 years older than
Ghostbusters
me.
1984. Aliens 1986. So
I
it was
get that, though, like-
in between, and then
Wow.
Ghostbusters 2 1989.
Cool.
So-
So I wonder if the possession thing was inspired by Ghostbusters. to
Possibly.
put that
I
into
didn't realise that
Aliens.
Aliens was that old.
Neither did I.
1979.
It makes sense though.
Yeah. I
Anyway.
haven't seen that either.
That's because you're a baby.
Oh no, wait. That's the one with the android and gets cut in half, and then it's all like the white stuff.
Wow.
I
And
wish we had
the-
video for
I know,
that.
me too. I feel
Get
like I
away
should
from
just sit
her,
with it.
you bitch.
You're really missing
That's
out. ladies and
Aliens,
gentlemen.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, because obviously you can't see us, you're listening and enjoying the audible experience. Jen has no notes. I have some notes, and Mel has written an
have-
essay.
Correction, I have one note,
You have
but it's
one.
just my favourite quote from the movie, and I'm just
Oh,
going to
okay.
whip it out at
Do
some point.
you want to burn it out early?
No,
or
I
you
don't.
Want, you want to do it later?
I don't.
I
I
have
think
a great one.
toward the end, I want to ask each of us what our favourite quote is.
Oh,
And we
okay.
get to perform
Sure.
it.
Did not write any quotes down.
That's
but
cool.
I've got
You can go to
a
the
feeling,
IMDb page.
I got a feeling that yours is going to be Bill Murray related because he does have all the
Yes.
best parts in that movie.
Yes, I also live on the IMDb trivia page.
True.
I love movie trivia,
Yep.
so I might just whack a few facts in there.
Oh, please
as
do.
we go, but that's my notes.
One thing I did write down while watching the movie is Bill Murray's the only one who gets the swears. He says
Mm-hmm.
shit, he says asshole. He's the only one who swears in the whole movie.
Well, were they limited on how many times you could swear?
Maybe
and
'cause
still
it-
maintain that rating?
I believe it was a PG. I don't think it was an M-rated
He
movie.
probably just put it in his or just didn't care. Because Bill Murray
and
tends
it's
to do a lot
it
of
is
things
Bill
he's not
Murray,
allowed to.
So
Yeah,
are you
and
going to tell him like?
It would surprise me
Sorry,
that he
Bill.
actually wanted to do the second one because I know that there was a third one written
Yeah, he didn't want to do that.
before there was a reboot, but yeah, he didn't want to do the third one.
He also didn't want to appear in the new one. Spoilers.
No.
But he
unless
does?
he was a ghost.
Oh, wow.
So I do not want to do another Ghostbusters unless I could be a ghost.
Who
They
else
said
is
no.
in...
He makes a cameo, but I'm not aware of the context of this cameo. So I'm assuming he got what he wanted.
Is he the only one who makes a cameo?
I believe
no.
not.
I
Sigourney
think-
Weaver is also.
Oh,
in
wow.
it.
Okay. Because
thought
I know...
Dan Aykroyd pops up as well.
Yeah, but our original guy who played Egon, I know, passed away before
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question? Is Dan Aykroyd still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
He's just a
Thank
lot
you.
more Dan Aykroyd than
He's
what
just
he
a
used
lot
to be.
older.
Oh, he just became more Aykroyd.
Yeah, well, this way.
Oh,
And for those...
that's-
again,
this is
it's the most
audio
visual
medium, babe.
podcast in...
Gavin is
Audio medium, Gavin.
opening his hands apart to show that Dan Aykroyd has gotten more Aykroyd.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Is Dan Factroid?
No,
No.
no. Take that out.
We will be taking that out.
that is not a factoroid. You can keep that in. That's funny.
So, first note that I've got here is how computers date movies. There's a scene where they're trying to work, like Egon's right at the start, trying to work out, okay, something's going on. There are a lot of computers on the wall, a lot of knobs, a lot of lights, a lot of flickering switches. This is how we date movies nowadays.
This is when he's running the tests on the subjects inside.
Yeah.
About kittens. Is there kittens involved?
There is a kitten and a
yes,
child.
and there was a couple
And
fighting.
then it's like,
And-
let's see what happens when we take the kitten away. And I was like, we can't do that.
This is like, it's the most, he's the most unethical scientific researcher because he's like, oh,
Absolutely.
they think they're just here for marriage counselling. So he hasn't told them that he's experimenting on them
They
at
haven't
all.
signed anything.
He's just made them wait there for, like, where's the consent forms? Where's
We've known this for a while, though. Egon has always been a
He is terrible.
little bit iffy.
How have we... Oh, the first movie.
The first
I was
whole-
like,
the
I was like,
whole
what? This is
hour and a half
this-
of
This is a
First
sequel.
I'm not a sequel guy. I don't watch a lot of sequels.
You don't watch a lot
I've
of
seen-
movies.
I've
Collects
seen-
period.
mold.
Yeah, I don't watch
What's
it.
he collects? Mold, spores, and fungus. That's a fun fact about Egon.
A fungus.
Fungus
Oh,
fact.
wow. This is...
Give me some spores fact. No,
This is
I've
going to be
lost it.
pun central, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, those
going with
computers
that
are pretty dated.
I always find the computer they definitely date movies. Like if you see one of those really old school MacBooks that's like orange,
Yeah.
and you go, oh wow,
Like
this
in
is
Legally
an
Blonde.
old movie.
Yes.
I remember watching the X-Files and seeing Mulder pick up his mobile phone. He had
Yeah.
the whole like
Yeah.
this far away from his phone. Again, most visual podcast that
Is
is
this
ever
how all
created.
the records go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Horribly? Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find that affects your view? Like, you know how people go, oh, this movie hasn't aged very well. When you know, because you're quite tech-minded, when you notice something like that, like, gee, that computer's old, that doesn't affect how you watch the film, though, does it?
No, I don't sit there and go, it makes
This
me
is
go...
going to pull me out of the film.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't pull me out of the film. It just reminds me of the date it would have
Sure.
been made.
Okay.
Well, with this one as well, because it's set in 1989, it was filmed in
Year I was born.
1989, and he's meant to be Egon. He's meant to be like quite like a bit ahead. So this is
Advanced.
not only like computers, but in like that were modern for the day, but computers that were like maybe a couple of years ahead or were meant
Sure.
to be.
Oh,
So it's like
yeah.
this is not only what they had, but like their vision of the future.
Well, yeah, because he pulls out a couple of devices later that are kind of like, these are meant to be far ahead of the technology.
And we're on the cusp of the 90s. It's 1989.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
verging into 90s territory, MC Hammer Pant territory. And the computers were still black and green.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in 10 years, in the last 10, 15 years.
It's
In the
okay.
last-
It's 2018. 15 years ago was 2003.
No, that's what I mean. Like, not a lot happened up until like 95.
I thought you didn't realise what year you were
I
in for a
still
little
think
bit.
2000 is like 5 years ago.
See, this is why I
Was
feel
it
bad
not
for
2005? Like
Right.
5 years ago?
Right?
I feel bad for anybody that's in a coma, because when you wake up, the first thing I ask you is like, what day is it? Who's the president? And
Yep.
you have to say Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
They're not
Well,
going to know
it
because they're in a
depends
coma.
on when you went
but-
into the coma.
Yeah.
Because it's worse if you went into the coma when Obama was still
Correct.
there.
Or
it's
even
like-
before, and they go,
and
oh,
they're like,
Trump's
who's the
president.
Yeah, and then they have to like
And they go,
imagine
"Put me
having
back
to break
in."
that to
Yeah, just punch me in the face right now. I'll go back
Put me
into the
back
coma.
under. How many terms is he allowed for? Put me back under for
Yeah.
8 years, 16 years,
Yeah,
whatever
just
it
in
is.
case. Just in case.
Yeah.
Now, Bill Murray hosts a show, well, Bill Murray's character
Yes.
hosts a show called World of Psychics.
I love this show.
Now, my
Yes.
question to you is, would you watch it?
Absolutely.
if it was as long as it looked to be in the movie.
It was 5
Because
minutes
they,
long.
Yeah, they film it. They have two guests and they ask them each one question.
And then he says,
Also,
well, that's all our
it's
time.
called,
Yeah.
what is it called? World of
World
Psychics.
of Psychics.
But they mention, and there's mention of having other guests on that aren't psychics. So did they change the name of the show every week?
World of... Blah, blah, blah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Because...
If it was pets,
What
I'd
did
be
he
all
have? He's
over
like,
it.
get me
Absolutely.
someone else who have you got up next or something, and he says blah, and I'm like, well, he's not a psychic.
Oh,
No, there
I
you
have
go.
something to say about that, but it's going to take it really dark.
Please, get dark.
So, okay, this woman, the woman that he has on the show. So there's the man that wrote the book about
yeah.
the world's going to end.
Yeah.
But he's not
Then
quite
there's
sure
the
when.
woman that has the book on the show, and
And she says the
that
14th of February 19...
yeah,
Oh,
But she-
2016.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. This is going to go real dark.
Oh, I'm
too
so ready.
dark.
I have my beer in hand.
Like,
Let's go.
so no, she talks about like she got taken back to like a hotel room by this alien, and it just really sounds like she was assaulted, and she's created this fiction to try and deal with it.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess on the surface, I just thought she was probed, which is a classic
But
alien thing.
that's
but
still
when you
very
take
dark,
it there,
though.
for sure.
So, but also like the hotel room, and I think
Yeah.
she says he looks like a man, like a regular man or something.
Never thought about it
alien.
that way. That is dark.
It's
so she
very
got
dark.
sexually assaulted.
Yeah, and then she has created this like false memory
Of an alien.
of an alien to say that no, that didn't actually happen.
Wow.
Yeah, so she can actually handle that.
Well, that's all the time we have for Popular Cult, ladies and gentlemen.
She
went
warned
very
us.
dark.
She
I did
warned us
say
it was
like
getting
3
dark.
times it was going to go real fucking dark.
Well, there you go. Well, I still would watch the show.
Yeah, oh,
and I'd
absolutely.
buy both of their books.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a 5-minute show. It's like a podcast show.
It's what your podcast
very quick.
wants.
Is this episode
tries
only
to
5
be.
minutes?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Good luck. Okay.
Again, we are going to finish very, very quickly.
That's what she... It's not worth it.
So you asked me if technology brings me out of the movie because
Yeah.
it's dated. The one thing that did break me out of the movie was the German/Dutch guy, the evil, the museum curator.
Yes.
He's from Ally McBeal, and I
Yeah,
couldn't stop saying
That
it.
does it for me too.
Also, I know that he's American, so
Sure.
his accent threw me
Sure.
off the
very
whole
bad.
time.
Yes.
If I've seen a character in a goofy role and then they try and play serious,
Yes.
Hugh Laurie probably for you.
Mm.
The guy who plays her boss, the head of the museum.
Yeah. The Ally
He's
McBeal
from.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the guy in the painting.
No. I
No,
don't
I
know
don't see him
who the
from
hell
Alan
that
McBeal.
is.
I see him from Adam's Family Values as one of the camp coordinators.
He was
Yes.
too.
It's like
Oh my
Wednesday
God.
Adams into the happy cabin. Like,
Oh,
I just
so good.
he's always unlikable.
Just so
He is.
everybody knows, Adam's Family Values will be the next movie that we...
Oh,
Love
please.
that film.
Yes.
Because we're too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I get the same thing actually. It's usually only character actors though, like main characters, like main actors.
Peter
like,
McNichol is his name, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I was looking
But
everywhere.
like I don't watch Dan Aykroyd and go, oh, he's a blues brother. I can't watch him as a
A
Ghostbuster.
lot of people came out of Ally McBeal. Callista Flockhart married Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Portia de Rossi was in it.
Yeah.
Lucy Liu was in it.
True.
Wow, there's a lot of people from Ally McBeal. This has just turned into
a
the
stepping
Ally McBeal
stone.
podcast.
Okay. I also haven't seen Ally McBeal.
No, that's fair enough.
This is usually... I'm doing your job tonight.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's fair
usually it's like, Gavin, have you seen...
No.
Then... And now it's
And
like,
I'm
Mel,
usually
have you
that
seen
person on
anything from
See,
the
I-
1990s? No.
I don't know why I'm here. I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm a TV guy.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
If we branch out and have a TV podcast, I'll be all over.
I
it.
Yeah.
wasn't a big movie person, but like shout out to my ex-boyfriend, like was a big movie buff. I watched a lot of movies I'd never seen, like classics and things. So
Well, yeah, because I remember, for those who haven't followed Jen's Instagram,
Life.
there's a lot of Western or black and white movies that she'll be watching
I
on
love a
rainy
western.
winter day.
Oh my goodness, a western, a crappy western. I'm into it.
They should have done a Back to the Future with Ghostbusters and made the third one, but made it a Western.
The third one is a Western.
Is-
Back to the Future.
Ghost-
No, they
Ghostbusters.
should have made Ghostbusters 3.
And
but
made it a Western.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
There's
I
a lot of
understand.
ghosts in the
Future.
old west. I don't know if you watched the TV show Ghost Adventures. You should, because you're a TV guy. It's
Tell me-
hilarious.
tell me
Seen
more
every
about Ghost
TV show
Adventures.
ever.
It's really good. Just Google it.
Google it. Google Ghost Adventures.
You'd love it. A lot of ghosts haunt Old West saloons.
Well, there
and
were a lot of murders.
Cage Theatre. Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Bloody murders.
Bloody
Anyway,
murders.
what's next on your notes, Gav?
So the baby gets in the carriage. The carriage drives around everywhere. Then they take
the
it
carriage
to...
Has
is
she-
a push pram.
Yeah.
The, ca-
Yeah, they're like
the
that-
baby got in the train carriage.
Do
and
those prams exist anymore?
They do, but usually only hipsters use them.
And don't all prams now cost like $700?
You'll see people that really like the old 50s aesthetic will get the bassinet type
Oh,
prams,
yes, yep.
with the big wheels, and they look really cool, but they're not overly ergonomic.
No.
You can't fold it up, put it in the back of your car. You can't take, the bassinet
cat?
out. The cat capsule.
You can't take the cat
You can't
out.
take the cat with it. You
Hey,
can put
I've
a cat in
seen a
it.
cat in
Yeah.
a baby carriage before.
Correct.
And it was very cute.
Answer is yes, they do exist, but only like kind of like hipsters and like vintage lovers will use them.
I'm surprised because it was taking the corners like it was an F1 car, so
true.
people should be
It
all over
was.
that because the wheels didn't turn; they were straight. They're not like shopping trolley wheels where they move back; they were
No.
just straight.
Has she
So
a good
like
point.
never been on like a Melbourne like train platform before?
She should have put that parallel with
Put the brakes
sidewalk.
on.
Yeah.
Put it parallel to the tracks.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on your fucking baby. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
it's your baby.
Yeah,
Well, when I first watched that, I'd forgotten the opening scene, and I was like, "Oh no, she's gonna look back in this, and slime is gonna be in the bassinet."
oh, would have been so
I'm
good.
sorry, but that would have been better.
Yeah, that would have been
Absolutely.
hilarious.
Right?
Oh, Salima.
Like, yeah, right.
She could have done the whole thing.
Yep. Oh, slime, and
So-
I'd be like, "Hang on a second.
The pram. I keep wanting to say baby carriage. I'm going to stick with baby
Baby
carriage because
carriage.
it's so
It's
old
from
school.
that nursery rhyme. Yeah.
So it goes
It
around
is.
everywhere. They have to take the baby to Egon because he's a doctor.
Yep.
And they
Is
start
he-
doing all these doctor things.
he's a
Questionable.
doctor. I'm doing
He's a doctor,
inverted
yeah,
commas.
quotation marks.
Air quotes.
and then they measure the baby,
Yep.
but the baby isn't standing.
So?
The baby's sitting, and they just measure his torso. Yeah. How is that the length of a baby?
Estimate
Well,
the legs.
I guess he may, yeah. He
All
may just
babies'
measure
legs
the
are the
I'm being
same
very picky.
size until
I
they're
just
about
didn't-
5.
yeah.
That's how babies work.
They had to get the measurement in. The baby was only allowed to work for half an hour. Got to
Actually,
get
it
the
was
shot.
it was 2 babies. It was twins, and they
Oh.
just
Yeah.
swapped them out.
There was,
There you go.
and not to get dark again, but one committed suicide recently.
Oh,
Is that true?
Yes.
because of the film?
No.
He's
So
like,
there
I
was-
shared the
How
damn
would
screen with
that-
my brother for too long.
There
Or
was
sister.
I'm sick of
there
living
was-
in his
There was
shadow.
Oscar and the other brother's name, who unfortunately I forgot
they
recently.
named the baby Oscar as one of the names of the twins, was it?
I believe so. And
nice.
the twins themselves, the babies that are in the movie, who are now like 37, actually they're 30
No,
because it was 2000. It's 2018, and
The
that's,
baby was
that's
Yeah.
math.
the
gonna say,
baby
they weren't
in the
7
movie
years
was
old.
called Oscar. The
Yeah.
twins are William and Henry.
Oh, okay, that's right. And
So no
they're
wonder-
both John Denver's cousins or something, nephews or
It's
something
a
like
really
that.
random
Yeah,
fact, and I like that you know that.
I know. Hey, it's in my notes.
Did you get that from IMDb Trivia?
Maybe.
Oh,
No, I got it from Wikipedia.
Kindred spirits.
So for those of you at home that are listening, if you want to start a podcast about movies, watch a movie, look at Wikipedia, get some microphones, you're good to go.
Good to
Wikipedia
go.
is the font of all knowledge.
Get Jen Spears as a guest. You're sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Get Mel to look up all the IMDb
Yeah.
information that you forget or don't
Yeah.
write down, and you'll be golden.
Little-
And I'll just watch vicariously over the shoulder.
That got creepy.
Shoulder.
That
Yeah.
got real
No.
dark.
Oh.
Gavin is actually standing outside looking at us through a window. In
Sounds
the
like we're
dark.
all sitting together, but we're not.
No.
Let me in. Let me in.
No,
Sounds
Gavin.
like you were ringing
Get
the
down.
the bell to go into the theatre then. Ding, ding, ding.
One thing I noticed too is that when you call the police, they get there really quick in movies.
So quick.
That never
They do
happens
not
in
get
real
that
life.
quick.
No.
That measuring the baby scene comes with probably the creepiest line in the film. Not my favourite line, the creepiest
Obviously,
line.
you're not breaking out your quote.
No, not
Okay.
yet. It
you
also
let
has
us know
my
when
favourite
you do?
quote, but I'm not going to break it out just
Yeah,
yet.
okay. Sweet.
Where Egon says, I'd like to run some gynecological tests on the mother.
Oh.
And
And
Vegman
also have
says,
that.
don't we all?
Don't we all?
And I was like,
Who wouldn't?
I'm sorry.
That's not the pronunciation of it
Also,
either,
the
is it?
mother is your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Bit weird. Creepy.
Yes.
But he gets away with it. Why? Because
It's
he's Bill
the-
Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
it's-
Bill Murray, like I feel like he's trying, like I feel like in this movie it's meant to be his like redemption arc of like, you know, he was a dick and they broke up and then he's trying to
Yeah.
be better. But then when his friends talk shit about her, he doesn't say anything.
No.
Like he never stands up for her.
No.
Like, get it together, Bill. Or-
In that sense, it has also aged for me. That's when I go,
Yes.
oh,
absolutely.
That's
They-
really
and
old
then-
school. You don't say shit like that anymore.
No.
There's a lot of things that that's how you date stuff.
Mm.
Friends, horrible. Like I love Friends. I'm a huge
Ross
Friends fan.
especially.
But when you
Ross.
go and watch stuff back,
Mm-hmm.
transgender, Ross in relationships, there's just a lot of bad stuff
the
going
male
on
nanny.
there. Yeah, that was,
First question,
that was supposed
is he
to be
gay?
funny.
Yeah,
Like-
and it's not all old shows. Like you look at something like Twin Peaks, and they deal with David Duchovny's character when he transitions very well.
Oh, okay.
And they're just like, that's awesome. And then you've got stuff like Friends.
Yeah.
Frasier's pretty good, but they have moments with the whole season where Daphne puts on weight.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not funny anymore.
No.
Like I remember
And-
probably laughing at that when I was a kid, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, look, it's not funny. And it's
also,
not
that
about being
wasn't that long
PC.
ago
but
either.
yeah.
Like it's, you know, this
Yeah,
was what,
Friends is-
1989. Like,
Friends is 94. It
Yeah.
finished in 2004, and the episode that you're
99,
referring
yeah.
to would be Freddie Prinze Jr. as the nanny. That's like 3 years before they finished.
yeah, so it was like
So
2000.
That's
It's
2001.
not that old.
Kathleen Turner was Chandler's dad as transgender,
Yep.
so that wasn't dealt with well either.
Yeah.
But I do remember laughing at that. I'm guilty of
course.
laughing at that kind of stuff.
I laughed
'cause
at
think
Fat
we all
Daphne
funny.
big time.
Yeah.
Fat Daphne.
No one's.
Yeah, but see? It's funny if you say it like that, but it's not.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's not
not
about
funny,
being
kids.
PC, it's just that, like, we're smarter than that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
It's-
is.
You've
Yeah.
got to try a little bit harder to be funny now,
definitely.
and that's good.
Okay, so in the first movie, it's been a long time since I've seen the first movie.
I can
Yes.
help, I've watched it
Giant
recently.
marshmallow,
Okay.
sailor man.
Yes. So the giant
Stay
marshmallow.
Puft.
Yep.
How is that explained? Was that explained away somehow? Like, because that's pretty obvious.
Well, they killed him and
In
marshmallow
terms
went
of
everywhere.
what
like,
happened to him or how
yeah,
he
no, in
appeared?
terms of like, all right, if I saw a fucking giant marshmallow man
Mm.
walking around, and like you just
I'd
like,
think s'mores
Yeah,
right
because
away.
in the second film, the general public have gone back to not believing
yeah,
in ghosts.
So
It's like,
it's only 5 years ago.
Yeah.
like that, you would take a lot longer to forget
yeah,
about
I
that.
found that weird in the new film, in the sequel, that the people went back to hating the Ghostbusters, thinking they were lame. It's like, do
Yeah.
you not remember 5 years ago when they saved your
But then
fucking town?
It's like people hated them, but then when they were in court with Rick Moranis as their lawyer,
Yeah. I love him.
amazing. But when they were in court, there's all these, and they come out, there's all the people outside being like, yay, free the Ghostbusters. So it's like, were they hated? Were they loved? Go ghosts real? Are ghosts not real? What am I supposed to believe?
Yeah, true. I feel like it's been put that way just for the sake of the plot.
I think so. But it's not a good enough excuse.
I mean, do they blame the Ghostbusters for the damage done to the city? They're blaming
I know
them
that the
for...
I think
mayor
they
thinks
do.
they owe them lots of money for the damage.
Yeah,
to the
which,
city.
I mean, you know, any superhero film should, you know...
And 5 years later, when you look at the city again, it doesn't look like anything's happened.
True. Well, it was just the one building that was destroyed.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, you could fix that up in 5 years.
But
It's
yeah,
New
you're
York
right.
after
Like,
all,
the
there's construction
people have
everywhere.
forgotten, or they blame the Ghostbusters, but then they're also like, don't be silly, ghosts don't exist. I'm like, you saw them spill
Yeah.
out of a bloody building.
Also, they hire the same receptionist and get the same building 5
I-
years later.
yeah. The
Weren't
old
people
firehouse.
just like, hey man, that's
Yeah.
the ghost, but we should probably rent that?
Did they keep it though for the whole
I
time?
feel like they kept it.
That's a
But that's
lot
a
of
lot of
rent
money.
for people who aren't really.
Well, weren't they still working?
They were still working
Egon's-
as
Egon's a
children. No,
doctor.
they were still working as children's entertainers.
Right.
The two of them.
they didn't
Oh
have
yeah,
that
because
as
that's
their
right at
base.
the start. Yeah,
Which is the
I
most.
wanted to-
These kids are like 10.
I wanted to
How do
snot
they
that
still?
kid too.
How do they still think though that like song and dance is going to entertain these 10-year-olds? Like,
They're out of touch.
yeah.
They always were, though, I think.
Who is
They're out of
this,
touch.
this
They're out
child,
of
by the
time.
way? That's like
Go on.
he's
The kid.
this child that's like, my dad thinks you're full of shit. I was like, who are you?
Who was
Snotty-nosed
your
little
dad? Was your
kid.
dad not in the city when...
Right?
Yeah, the
like
Stay
you
Puft
you were
Marshmallow
5
Man.
at the time, so that's an excuse for you. But your father would have witnessed this.
I just would have called Slimer. Ate
There
that kid
are a
right
lot
up.
of issues with these films. I remember the main one for the first one was when Rick Moranis' character is trying to run away from the dog.
Yeah.
And he's at the fucking restaurant window being like, help me, and everyone's
No
like...
one.
And then the dog kills him against the window and everyone just goes back to their meal. I'm
Yeah.
like...
It is New York.
That's
That's
not how it
pretty
happens.
normal.
True.
Yeah.
But like the dog comes and attacks
Maybe
him.
they thought it was like a promo for a Broadway show or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, or like a new horror movie or something like
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can explain everything like that,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was just a float gone wrong.
Drew Macy's Day Parade.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was going to say Mardi Gras, but yeah. Sailor, you know. Yeah.
Pride Marshmallow.
Pride March, yeah.
Love it.
But you're right, I did think that. And I was like, hang on, what's happened in the last 5 years to
Yeah.
make people
Did
forget?
something
Did
else
they Men in
even
Black them?
worse happen?
Yeah.
Like-
Did someone Men in Black them?
Make everyone
Tommy Lee
forget.
Jones is old enough. Maybe he was there.
It's true.
Well,
That's true.
yeah. Will Smith did go back in time in the third one.
Oh, see, but there did he? I haven't seen Men in
Yeah,
Black
it's very
3.
good. It's very good.
It's good.
Oh
It's
yeah,
Jermaine
he has to.
plays
He
the
has to
creep.
meet
Oh,
young.
Jermaine Greer. I was trying to pick his voice
Jermaine
for the
Greer.
whole... Jermaine Greer. Oh my God, Jermaine Clement. Fuck me.
I've done that so many times. And
You
I
can
hate
leave that in. It's
Yeah,
fine.
they're completely two different people and different sexes, I believe too.
Yeah.
Listen, I was trying to pick Jermaine Clement's voice. The whole
He's
movie.
great.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. He's
yeah.
the beast. The beast?
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
What's the vampire movie he's in?
What we do in the
What we do in the
shadows.
shadows, where he
Oh,
says the
so
beast a
good.
few times
Amazing.
too.
I really hope that in future podcasts we get to cover that one because that movie is
They're doing
just
a sequel
fantastic.
called Werewolves. As
Oh.
in
Yes.
apostrophe
Oh,
R.
With the
fantastic.
guy
Werewolves.
from...
Yeah.
He's also
Reese.
from... Yes.
Reese Darby.
Reese
Reese
Darby,
Darby.
who's amazing.
Yep.
So
Reese
good.
Darby, if you're listening, we love your work.
Please come on the show.
Please.
Yeah. Please listen.
Please.
How can he listen to it if he's not already I just did like a please listen to our
actually,
podcast.
that-
If you're not already listening, you're not going to hear that.
That extends
One of
to-
his friends all listen to this, so
Sure.
they'll tell him.
And that extends to anybody who was part of Flight of the Conchords. Arj Barker,
all them.
Brett.
Brett
Brit,
McKinsey.
yeah.
Brett McKinsey.
Britt McKinsey.
That's my horrible. So I apologise, Chris. You're from New Zealand, and you're
Oh, that was
probably
the
gonna
Chris
listen.
representation
Yeah.
for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not here, so someone has to fill in.
He's
the
writing.
resident Kiwi.
He's writing lists. He's got multiple lists, and he's writing them.
List of things he's going to do to Gavin
Absolutely.
to revenge for that
For
accent.
the horrible accent.
Gosh, that's dark.
Listen, that's why I'm here. It's where I take it.
So apparently, you can put on a vest and just rip up the road.
Didn't you know that?
No.
If you put on a high vis vest,
No.
you can do whatever the fuck you
As
want.
long as you got Bill Murray there to talk to the police about,
Talk
hey,
your way
wait,
out
just
of it.
having me, hey,
yeah.
get
But
out of
it
here.
didn't. I mean, they got away with it for a short amount of time.
For a little bit, yeah.
But
They lowered
there's too
Dan
many
Aykroyd.
movies where the person gets away with it the whole way through.
What's that? What are the movies?
You know, like Casino Royale, Ocean's 11, where they just put on the uniform and get through. Like,
yeah.
you know, like you put on the uniform and
Yeah.
you're not going to get that far. Someone's going to pull you up.
I'm kind of coming back full circle because now there's a female version of Oceans
true.
as well. Oceans 8, which is supposed to be the prequel.
No, it's Kate Blanchett is Danny Ocean's cousin.
Oh, so it happens at the same time?
Or a
it's
few
just
years
completely
after. It might be
unrelated?
present day. I actually don't know.
Anna Wintour guest
Yep.
starring because
It's
it
a
is
great-
fashion
Really
based.
great cast.
Rihanna.
actually.
I'll be seeing it.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Ocean movies.
I love them. I rewatched
I
them.
didn't get to
the other day.
13. I
Definitely
watched 11
diminishing
and 12.
returns. 13, not amazing.
11 was a great film.
11's fantastic. Also fairly dated now, I feel like.
Is Julia Roberts in 8?
Yeah. Yep.
In
She'll be in 8?
Oh, 8. Oh, I don't know.
Because
I
she's
hope
not
so.
related to
I don't know.
anybody
There's so many numbers.
I know.
I found it quite hard to follow because I hadn't seen Oceans 1 through 10. So,
I needed the context.
yeah, I did have to IMDb.
Who's got the time in the day to watch all of them? Like, come
Right? You
on.
can't binge
There's
Seriously.
a lot. There's a lot.
So many casinos to rob.
Oceans 1 is just really disappointing. It's just George Clooney
Robbing
walking
one
into,
casino.
Yeah, that's
robbing
just-
one roulette table.
But nobody else famous in the movie,
it's-
just him.
Is Oceans 1 like just the Nespresso ads that he did
Yep.
for a while?
That's it. Good one.
Him and Jack Black. That's Oceans
Mel went
2.
from dark to light just now. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, I can turn it on just like that. It's great.
So let's talk about the judge for a second. The judge was biased the whole time. And he yelled a lot. That would not fly
I couldn't
in
actually
modern
watch
court.
the scene where he was. I get why they needed him to yell to get the goop
What
to do
an
its thing.
asshole.
He was spit yelling,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
and you should never get to that point because he was yelling for like a minute straight.
And don't get me wrong, I don't know law as well as I should, but judges aren't supposed to be...
Law?
They're not supposed to be biased, right?
No,
No, they're not.
And
but
he
also
was
everyone's
biased.
biased in this film.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Plus, not a real. It's fiction.
It's fiction?
What? There's
What?
not real
Sorry to
ghosts in
break it to you.
1989?
Oh, there's ghosts.
Oh, okay. See, I'm the only one here that wasn't born at the time of this this film.
What
Ouch.
month did it come out in?
Oh, that's a good question.
I would only have just been born.
How do I
It
even
came
find
out
that
in
out?
July, I
I was
believe.
4 months
June,
old.
June
released,
or July 16.
Released in Australia, 16th of November 1989.
I was well born.
Yep.
I was nearly one.
I was old
you
already.
go.
I would have been
Not that I
6.
can relate to anything going on in the film because I was 7
No, well,
months
I was
old.
just going to say, was this really what the 80s was
You could
like?
you could
I
relate
don't
to the
remember.
baby.
in the
The
second
two
film.
babies.
Yeah, in the second film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, we're talking about the second film. I can relate to Oscar in this film. Yeah, the courtroom scene was like, for me, it just kind of felt like, a way to get that gloop to do its thing so we could progress with the plot.
Oh, true. So it was filler.
Yeah. Filibuster.
Oh, we come full circle.
I'm going to say it now, but a lot of the scenes in this film is just ways for the scriptwriters to be like, let's write something funny.
Oh, yeah,
Let's write some
absolutely.
cool interactions.
Yeah.
And I mean, isn't that like...
Well, I don't
most
believe that.
films?
I don't know if Sigourney Weaver had actually had kids by the time that she made this movie because, as a mum, carriage.
I thought you were going to say, as a mum, I don't agree.
As a mum,
I'm
agree
a
that,
busy working
I'm a
mum.
busy working mum. The baby carriage going everywhere on the street. She's kind of concerned.
Yep.
But more importantly, when the bath tries to eat
The
the
child.
child,
Yeah.
child is completely unclothed the entire time. She has time to run out of the house, put on a coat because remember she takes her top off.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
feel like
She
that,
puts
talking
on a
about
coat.
excuses to put things in the movie.
Yeah, she
to get
runs
her
to.
shirt
Yeah,
off.
they just want to see her boobs.
True.
She runs to Bill Murray's house. The child is still naked.
Yeah.
He has
Does
to
she
get.
wrap him in a towel?
She
just holds him.
in her coat, and then Bill Murray uses his
large
sweater.
t-shirt or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, and it looks
as
real
a
cute.
nappy.
It's naked
Oh,
the
he
whole
uses
time.
the jersey.
And it's New
Yeah.
York City.
Yeah.
You're not going to...
True.
But she has time to put on a coat for herself and not the child.
Yeah. I
Just
feel like,
like
a lot of
they tell you on the plane, you got to put your own oxygen on before you put your baby oxygen on.
I feel like a lot of this could have just been solved with like mobile phones. Like I think
mate.
that a lot.
Oh my god.
Like
Oh, yeah,
just
movies-
call
I think
some
that
of
a
the
lot
older
in
movies,
films.
yeah,
Yeah,
same.
you're right.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, this took so long for the information to get
Yeah.
to this person. Man, just calling them up, everything would like Romeo and Juliet.
Yep. Call
just
them
talk
up.
to each other.
Just call each
Call
other.
them up. Hey,
Hey.
I'm pretending to kill myself. I'm
Yeah.
pretending to die.
Don't you do it.
Don't you do
Don't
it.
you do it.
So much.
Act
Actually,
like I have.
Yeah,
but don't do
pretend
it.
to be sad.
I'd like to see a version of Romeo and Juliet where they have mobile phones. Couldn't progress.
I'd love to
What,
see
their
FaceTime. You bite your thumb
battery
at me.
died. Battery was on the magical 1%. Yeah, right. You can't set Romeo and Juliet in modern time
No.
because mobile phones exist.
No.
people.
Even Cinderella. You just be like, what's your number? Instead of like a glass slipper, just
Bitch,
what's
you
your number?
left your shoe here.
Add me
Come
on
pick it up.
Snap.
P.S. Here's a dick pic.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want my shoe back. Just
Picture
keep it.
You're not
Picture of
Prince
my
Charming.
feet.
Yeah.
What?
Ew. Foot fetish. That's crazy.
We should write these
We
films.
really should.
We should.
Yeah.
Podcasts, please. We're writers.
Absolutely.
Toy Story be, hey, my toys are dancing. I can say you just leave a phone in the room recording,
Right?
Why?
go out.
They're smarter
you?
than that, though.
Because the toys, like, they hide their existence. Like, it's not like he has suspicions. Also, Andy's a child in the first one, at least.
Yeah, there's no suspicions.
Yeah, they're very good. The only thing that happens is that they send Sid into a lifetime of therapy.
Oh, man. Because they
I haven't-
scare him.
Does this happen in the third one? I haven't seen the
Toy
third
Story
one.
1.
Toy Story
Toy
1.
Story
Where they
1.
make Sid's toys
Oh,
all
yes,
come
they
out. And
do.
they're like, "Meh,
The one with the doll head and like the
Terrifying.
Meccano
But for
spider.
him, that's not even like a thing about the toys are alive. It's more like there's fucking ghosts.
Yeah. And
So
who
it's
are you going to call?
Toy Busters.
Right? Good segue, Jen.
Oh, well done.
Thanks, Jen.
I like it.
This is why you're here.
So, two things I noticed because I had closed my eyes at a certain point in time.
Too scary?
Every
I was going to say that. I was like, why? Were you scared? I was scared by the Elvis looking ghost. He was scary.
The
Yeah.
Elvis ghost?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I just saw a picture of it earlier and I remember that it's in there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So the two things I noticed when I closed my eyes, one, oh yeah, it's the Elvis one.
It's
Yeah,
in the
he's
courtroom,
great.
isn't he?
Egon
Yes, yes.
sounds like Data or Data from
Data.
Star Trek.
Data.
Every time. Just close your eyes, you replace
Okay.
him with Data.
Sure.
Second to that, everything that Bill Murray says to Dana, not to everybody else, but just to Dana, could be replaced by Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
That's not a good thing when you think about it.
Why?
Because everything he says is so sarcastic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Ryan
it's not
Reynolds
good.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
It just works.
So he's an awful person.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like you
'Cause he's
could
saying
get
them in earnest.
Ghostbusters 2, get Deadpool, take some parts out of Deadpool,
Yeah.
and just superimpose it over
Yeah.
the top of Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
and it would still work.
And she leaves her child in his possession.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason where
Well, she also leaves her child in the position of the secretary who ends up just like fucking Rick Moranis.
hilarious.
whole
I love
time.
that girl.
Oh, she's
so
great.
much.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters,
Like-
what do you want?
Yeah.
Best.
She's
Like,
so
go get
New
some,
Yorker.
but
Yeah.
like maybe not while you're babysitting.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, Rick Moranis.
But they get their freak on.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
do.
Like,
In
they're
front of the
weird
baby.
sexual-
Nerd
they're
freak
weird
on.
nerd
Yeah.
freak.
Oh,
on.
he's asleep, so we're going to fuck on your
Yeah,
couch.
you can just leave a baby, right? How
You
old
never
is this
did that
child
when you were
meant to be?
babysitting?
I have babysat one time in my life.
Okay.
I let the child. There was two children. One of them was younger, and I put
Then
her.
you? That's the whole point in babysitting.
Correct.
Okay.
I put her to bed, and she was fine. And then the older one, I was like,
want a
"Oh,
glass
let's
of
just
water."
you have Foxtel. Let's just watch that." And he had to tell me this show may not be appropriate for my age bracket, and I was like, "I have not done a good job."
That is a smart child.
I must admit, I never did the classic like babysitter trope of like sneaking the boyfriend in after the kids go to bed. That's where you get murdered.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
when Jason, which
Or
one
Scream.
from Halloween,
Yeah.
comes in,
Mike Myers?
and
the
murders
actor,
you.
he's very scary.
Mike Myers, Shrek,
Yeah,
Shrek is life.
I had to close my eyes during
If
Shrek
I've
a
learned
lot.
anything from teenage horror films, you don't bring your boyfriend over when you're babysitting.
Yep. And don't make popcorn.
Don't make
And,
popcorn.
are we
Don't
just
answer
going-
the phone.
Are we going through the rules of Scream?
Pretty much. Great film, by the way.
Don't look behind you.
So yeah, I'm glad that Rick Moranis and
I think
The
you have to
secretary
look behind you.
got on. You got to go upstairs.
Don't go upstairs.
Or don't go anywhere alone.
Don't go anywhere
Don't,
ever
don't,
with anyone.
don't split up.
Just
Don't
don't
hit someone and put their body in the ocean last summer, and then pretend like you didn't.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. They had sequels to that, right?
They
There was-
did.
I know what
I
you did last
still
summer.
know.
I still know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Hey,
I know what you
remember a
did 8
couple of months
summers
ago?
ago.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Summer
I
loving.
kind of remember what you did last summer. It's been a while.
foggy.
it's foggy.
Yeah.
It's foggy.
Remind me what that was the thing that you did last summer.
Did you
Okay.
do something? Was I supposed to?
How was your summer?
Yeah.
So how was your summer? That's the Alzheimer's version of
Yeah.
Donna
what you did last
Summer.
summer. Donna's.
We could go on for a while. This branched out from Rick Moranis and the secretary getting their freak on while
What else did
babysitting.
she do? Because I know Rick Moranis stopped doing movies because his partner passed away and he wanted to look after his children.
I didn't know that.
That's why you
That's
never
dark.
see Rick Moranis in anything anymore. Like he did that in
Well,
Little
how
Shop of
recent do you mean,
Horrors, and he
though?
did,
He did
Honey.
I Shrunk and Honey I Blew
like
Up.
he literally, after she passed away, he was like, "No, I'm not doing movies anymore."
Oh.
Annie Potts is the receptionist. And I forgive me because I shouldn't just call her the receptionist. I'm sure she had a name.
She also makes a cameo in the new Ghostbusters.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
What else?
yes.
What else was she in? What would we know Annie Potts from? IMDb, and the M stands for Mel.
Let's see.
International Mel
She's
Gardner.
been in a lot of stuff, but not a lot of things that you'd probably know her from. She was in Boston Legal for she's done a lot of single episodes of
character
things.
parts.
This
Yeah.
is not interesting. You can edit all of this. She was in a series called Good Christian Bitches, which I have not seen,
That
but I
sounds
would love to
great.
see.
Oh,
And
yeah, GCB. Yeah, I remember.
She was the voice of Bo Peep in the Toy Story movies.
Oh, okay.
Of
So
course
it's again,
she is.
we all
Yeah.
come
Woody,
full
I've
circle.
lost my sheep. What do you want? Sheep, get back here.
I wonder if there's a Ghostbusters reference in Toy Story because Disney likes doing that
Probably.
kind of
They
stuff,
do.
right?
Was Ghostbusters a Disney?
No, but I'm sure
No.
because she was in Ghostbusters.
I'd love
they-
that.
Probably.
I look after these sheep 7 hours a day, and you promised me I get a pay rise.
Because I swear there's a
You
Tim.
promised me a break,
There's
Mr.
like a
Venkman.
there's a Home Improvement reference because of Tim Allen. I'm quite sure
Is there a
in
Home
there
Improvement
somewhere.
reference?
Yeah,
Does someone look over the fence? It's like only see his top half.
yeah. Oh, Wilson.
Wilson. Remember when you saw his full face and you were like, huh?
I remember at the end of a Home Improvement episode, they would come out to the audience and be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Allen and Patricia."
You never see
and
Will.
he came out
Yeah.
holding a miniature fence that
Yeah.
covered his
the
face
last
on a
episode,
stick.
though, you did see him.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. It was like
Why
seeing
is
your
the
dad who's
bottom-
always had a moustache and a beard.
Because he was the
shape.
neighbour over, and you never saw.
Well, yeah, but was the bottom half of his face like a predator face?
No, you just weren't used to seeing it. You just had like
He's no longer with us. I shouldn't have laughed at that.
he
No, you
Predator.
should have. It was
you
very
just
funny.
weren't used to seeing his
No.
bottom half.
No,
And
not
you
at all.
imagine, you know, when
Seeing
you
his
imagine
bottom
someone.
half.
Shut up
Man.
now. He was always behind that
No,
fence.
thank
Oh,
you.
This has descended very, very
Always
quickly.
behind the fence.
Also, and the first movie was Marshmallows.
Yeah.
Second movie was this jelly kind of goo.
Mm.
Slime.
Not a great movie for vegans.
Sure.
Too much gelatin.
Oh,
They can't have any of it.
I just thought it looked like gum.
Yeah, I thought like when the baby carriage rolled through it, so I was expecting it to kind of like
Yes, it
like
was very.
walking through bubblegum.
Yeah.
But no.
Or like gack. Did you ever have
Oh,
gack?
yeah, I remember Gak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the new? Was
That
that like
made the
slime
best
before it was
noise
slime?
ever.
Yep. When you pick it.
Yeah, so
Shall I
good.
do that again?
Or like those. Can we
Can we
get one?
isolate that?
Can we get one for sound? Love it. That or like the sticky hand. Remember the hand that was really.
Oh,
you
they
used
were
to-
amazing.
Used to throw at things.
Yeah.
But the ad was like, "Oh, you can get shit from over there,"
No.
and you'd
It'd
get it
come out of
back,
your
and it was
hand.
covered in lint.
Well, yeah,
That's
you
all
use
you
it
picked
about
Yeah,
up.
exactly. I was
Twice.
gonna say you always ended
And
up
then-
covered in.
You try and wash
Yeah.
it, and then it wasn't sticky
Yeah.
ever again.
It was
Yeah.
always covered in dust, like when
Oh.
you find a lollipop under the
the
couch.
90s.
Did you eat that lollipop, Jennifer?
Of course, I washed it and ate it. You kidding me? You kidding me? Killing me.
good for your
small.
immune
Imagine you
system.
getting it stuck to your hair, but not realizing, and then like going out that day with a
I
lollipop
did that with
stuck in your hair.
bubblegum as a child. Well, I saw the movie Willy Wonka and was like, she puts it behind her ear to eat.
Oh yeah.
So I did, and
Yeah,
my
I've done
mum
that
had to
before.
cut out a chunk of hair.
Yeah, see,
Were you a bald
being
child?
a boy, I had short
No.
hair, so I could
Yeah.
just eat it again.
I've seen your
No.
pictures. You had a bit of a mullet going on.
Very 80s. Just like Ghostbusters 2.
We're cutting that bit out. I have long hair now. It's just not a mullet.
Yeah. Have you thought about getting one?
Getting
mullet
a
is
mullet,
back.
it wouldn't be hard from this.
No.
Pictures on Instagram, Popular Pulp Podcast.
Popular Pulp
I'm sorry.
Podcast. I'm the one with the fat lip.
Jen copped a baseball to the face. I was hoping we weren't going to bring it up, but now that
No, I
now
did.
that she's
I
turned
would
over this
dive
way and she
in.
has a mustache, she's turned
I was
towards
trying
me.
to dive in for a field to get the ground ball.
You're diving in for a
I
field.
was diving in for a field.
She loves fields, ladies and
Fielding the
gentlemen.
ball, and it bounced off my glove and
Jen
hit
Spears.
me in the face.
Baseball professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently not.
What's the team? Give them a plug.
I wasn't playing. I was helping my partner do fielding practice. So previous to that point, I'd been hitting the balls, and we swapped. And he hit a ground ball, and I tried to field it really cleverly, and hit
bounced
myself in
up.
the face.
Oh.
I reached out across my body, it bounced off the top of the glove,
I feel like
hit
that
me in the
should
face,
be-
and I just went to ground.
That would be a part that happens to Jan in the Brady Bunch movie
Absolutely.
3.
Absolutely, she'd break a nose, though, and it'd be Marsha
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bit of a Kardashian lip going on for the last couple of days, but I'm feeling okay. It's a
Yeah.
bit bruised.
What are those things people use now on Instagram where it's like just sucks your lip
Didn't
in?
they suck a bottle or something?
Yeah.
That's awful. It literally bruises your lips.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
And if
So
I
you've done it
anything
for
to go
free.
by, your bruise won't look good. It looks like a moustache.
A purple one. You look like Prince.
Shout out to moustaches, but I don't want one.
It's literally like the theme of this podcast is beards.
Yeah, but that's a mustard.
It's true.
Oh, because
But thank you for telling me I love Prince.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I didn't think it was that obvious, but I'm gonna go pop some cover up on that. Thanks, Gavin.
You're really rocking it, Jen.
Thank you.
I got you back.
Why don't we tell each other our favourite quote?
I had mine, but now I've got a different one.
I didn't write down any quotes. Anything
okay.
Bill Murray said, just
Yeah,
because I'm
okay,
such
we
a
might
Bill
share
Murray fan.
mine.
As Space Jam fans, and I can speak for Jennifer and myself, we both have Space Jam jerseys.
Yep, I've got number 1, Lola Bunny.
And I have number 22, Bill Murray. That's the segue.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Was Dan Aykroyd also in Space Jam?
I don't
No.
believe so. Michael Jordan,
Oh.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
Really?
because Michael Jordan
was in it.
Michael
What?
Jordan and Dan Aykroyd, you can get the two confused. They're both pretty tall, actually. Dan Aykroyd's
One's
massive.
Canadian, one's American.
Yeah, according to Gavin,
One's
he's
an
even more
athlete.
massive now.
We got to talk about the painting.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I was trying so hard to figure out what her job was in this movie, and I was like, oh, she's an art restorer, but it does not look like that.
No, because
She's
in the
never-
first film, she's in a band.
She's
in
in
a
the orchestra.
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
That's a big transition too,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's, it's in the
Well,
arts.
Well, yeah.
one thing I did appreciate about this movie was that she is a single mother, a single working mother.
True.
Gets no shit for that. Like, she's
true.
never shamed for it. This is still the 80s.
Who is the
Like,
father?
some
Did they
dick.
mention it? Okay,
They don't.
No, they do.
briefly.
Because, I don't know if he was the father, though.
Because Bill Murray just gives him shit the whole
Venkman
time.
asks about the
Especially when he
father.
calls the baby ugly.
That's right.
He's like, you
Yeah.
are very ugly.
Well, they say something about her ex moved to, like, Prague or something to
That's
be part
right.
of a different orchestra.
Yep. Was it the guy from the first film that Bill Murray's like bagging her out for hanging around?
Oh, it probably
Love
wouldn't
if it
surprise me.
was. At the very start when they first meet and he's like, who's the schmuck with the violin or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Can let us know.
Yep.
Hit us up. Tell
Yeah.
us if it is the same person.
Email us. Hit up the Instagram. One thing I do have to bring up before we get to the quotes.
No, that's
'cause
fine.
I know we're very eager about the quotes.
Egon.
And this is something that I'm probably always going to bring up when
Okay.
it comes to older movies. The soundtrack. Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's so good.
let me
Great.
just rattle off a couple of names. Bobby Brown.
Yep.
New edition that Bobby Brown was in, but separate. Separate
Yes.
tracks.
Sure.
Elton John.
Great.
Yes.
What song?
I know, right? I don't remember. But he's on the soundtrack. Run DMC.
Of course.
Oingo Boingo.
Oh God, say that again.
Oingo Boingo.
I didn't quite catch that.
Oingo Boingo. Where are they now?
I have no idea.
Why is it band names that have really awesome names like
Milli Vanilli.
Kajagoogoo?
Kajagoogoo.
Yep, they're just not around anymore.
Chumbawamba?
Millie, yeah,
True.
well, they got knocked down
Milli
and then
Vanilli were,
they
like-
just never got back up again. But the
Well,
Milli
they-
Vanilli,
Lip
we're getting really dark. One of them is also no longer with us. I think it's Vanilli.
Well, isn't this on topic though? Because ghosts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dead people are
it?
ghosts.
But yes, also Milli Vanilli mimed all their songs
Yeah.
and they weren't the people that actually recorded them. Glenn Frey, or Glenn Fry, depending on how you pronounce it, who I believe was the drummer of the Eagles.
Yes. Just the
Sorry,
drummer.
I hate to break in.
Yes.
Can we talk about Oingo Boingo? Asking where are they now? Following the band's dissolution, frontman Danny fucking Elfman.
Hold on. Dissolution.
Yeah,
They dissolved as a band.
they did.
Okay.
In 1994, they changed their name to Boingo.
Just Boingo.
Just
'cause that's
Boingo.
better.
Like P Diddy, Lil Bow Wow's just Bow Wow.
Danny
Yeah.
Elfman was who also married Jenna Elfman from Dharma and Greg fame, but Danny Elfman's
Like
Done soundtrack after
film
soundtrack.
scores,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
oh wow.
Nightmare Before Christmas, of course. He's written he wrote the theme song for The Simpsons.
Is he the only person from Oingo Boingo, now Boingo, that we would know?
Well, I'll ask you to name the other ones. Okay.
Bill Murray.
Yeah. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny were also in it. There were about 7,000 different members of Oingo Boingo.
Just like
so I won't
Kajagoogoo.
list them all.
What the fuck? What was this band? Can you tell me one of their songs? I don't think I know who they are.
Because I've just got the artists on this.
I just
don't
love
have
that the
names
drummer
of
from the
songs.
Eagles is on the soundtrack.
Yeah, Glenn Frey. Well, he had The Heat Is On.
The heat is on.
That was him.
The heat
That was
is
him.
on.
Is
There you
there
go.
anything else?
Please don't write in
the
if I'm
street.
not correct. I'm pretty sure I'm
one's
correct.
gonna-
But please
no
don't
one
write
writes
in.
We
in
can
these
edit it
days.
out. You can just cut yourself in over the top saying the correct thing.
Popular Cult Podcast on Instagram.
Nailed it.
Thanks. How many people were
We
in this
didn't
band?
talk about the painting. So they're coming
yes.
in and out of the fucking painting.
Yeah, the painting doesn't stay the same.
No.
Today it would. They would just move his head a little bit or his
Yeah.
eyes.
But this,
the
it was
whole
like
painting
changed.
changes
Yeah, it's
to
ghosts,
a hallway
man.
of
It's
shit.
Ghosts, man.
So
Yeah.
weird.
A hallway of oozing goop that we see earlier
Yeah,
in
that's
the
my
subway.
The
new
effect
band
of the
name.
slime
Yeah,
also
oozing goop.
great.
No,
Yeah.
hallway of oozing goop. That's my new band name.
I kind of love that the special effects didn't get any better since the first one. In fact, they were worse.
And this is
Less
how many
money,
years
maybe?
after Star Wars came out? And those effects were amazing.
right?
Star Wars like 1974, 77.
I'm going to look to Jen for that one.
1977
Ah.
for A New Hope, which was at the time only called Star Wars. It wasn't called A New Hope
Because there
until
were
later.
no other movies.
Correct.
None at all.
No other movies.
No,
this the
no
first
movies
movie
ceased to
ever?
exist. Yep,
Movie.
absolutely. 1977 was the first ever movie ever.
Wow.
And according to the book I'm currently reading, it was a subliminal teaching the general public that aliens were actually going to invade us. Reading Armada at the moment. It's very good.
Oh, wow.
Written by the same guy who wrote Ready Player One. Very good. Anyway, the special effects are so bad, but it works in this. Like, I think it works.
Oh, yeah, that's
it?
the point, I think.
Because
You like, they're ghosts and it's kind of 80s.
the only
and
way they
it's-
could have improved it were the ghost people in, like, the classic Halloween costume of the white sheet with the eyes in it.
Exactly right.
That would be better. But
In
yeah,
today's political climate.
not so good.
Not so much.
Yeah. But yeah, the painting moving, any time where there's a laser.
The train in the
Oh, yeah, the one that
ghost
goes
train.
through
The
him.
ghost train.
Yeah.
Really bad.
yeah.
So
I
bad.
can't believe. Okay, these guys have been doing this for like 5 years, and they all leave their proton packs behind. Why wouldn't you just carry them with you everywhere?
You know
all the
ghosts
time?
exist.
Why wouldn't you just wear this? Isn't like, ignore my strange backpack. I have to carry this.
Yeah.
Like,
Also really dangerous just to leave lying around, I would assume.
oh, absolutely. Like, where
Where were they? Were they still in the firehouse?
locker
Were
in the station.
Were
I
the
don't know.
ghosts dormant for 5 years?
That's the other thing. I
Yeah.
assume so.
No one saw
Slimer
a ghost
was
for
still
5 years.
around.
Yeah,
Slimer
he
was
was still
still
around.
chilling.
Was
Yeah.
he
I
at
think
Subway? Or
He
what was
became
going
like
on?
the
Unofficial mascot.
Yeah, of the city. People just got to know him.
It's just
He keep the city clean. He eats all the trash.
He
chilling on
just hung out in
Broadway,
Central Park, and they thought it was normal.
Yeah. They thought it was a feral cat or something.
down at the ticket booth.
Rat.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't
They
know.
thought it was Pizza Rat.
I
That
was under
fine.
the impression that because they closed that big portal thing,
Oh,
that
yes.
the ghosts... Because isn't that how the ghost got in originally?
Something like that, yeah.
The Zool
Zool.
thing
Zool.
opened up. And in this one, it was kind of a portal thing again, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Was it?
At the what happened? How do they get through
Well-
when the judge is there? Because that's when the ghost.
Well, something about the slime.
The slime, yeah.
Because it starts when the slime comes up. But how does the slime come up? Do they read something? Does
Something to do
someone-
with the painting.
No, because the slime is there at the start.
Yeah, because the baby carriage rolls through. Well, because
But
someone
it's coming
walks,
up from inside.
Someone just walks right through it, which I'm like, you're in New York. Surely you're looking where you're stepping at every.
And what exactly...
Turn.
How does it affect the pram exactly? Is it possessing the pram?
Well, because the whole thing is that when it does possess you, everything's negative and all
That's
the
right,
anger.
it moves.
But how can the pram be angry?
Then they make it dance. It's not. It's
Dance
dancing.
Magic Dance. So we've gone labyrinth.
There's just slime. And it's flowing directly to the museum, and that's the story.
Okay.
And the slime is negatively charged because the city is a negative city.
Well, that's but coming back to our favourite quotes.
Correct.
My favourite,
Go on.
if I may go first. My favourite quote: "Being miserable and treating other people like dirt is every New Yorker's God-given right."
Yes.
So good.
one.
I've been to New York and I didn't feel like that.
Yeah, I think it's...
We were
I think
too
80s
into the
New York.
bagels.
The Starbucks on every corner
Yeah.
helps with that a
Yeah,
lot.
it does now.
Yeah.
I do love the whole Lady Liberty, Statue of Liberty waking up. And
I don't understand why
yeah.
they did two
Moving.
big things. So, Marshmallow Man,
Yeah.
huge, right? And then
Statue
they
of
go,
Liberty.
oh, we're just going to find the Statue of Liberty because she's the one that can walk through the water.
she's
I don't
a
think
soul.
it's that deep.
No, it's not. You could probably Google it and find out.
We're just very lazy right now.
Let us know. My favourite quote is, of course, a Bill Murray quote.
Of
and
course.
it is during the scene where they meet the baby. And it's my favourite thing to insult people with, which is, you're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother. And he points
it.
right in the baby's
I like
face. I just like your belly button sticks too far out. I think that's funny.
Did you know that there was only one of the babies that had that outie belly button, and they had to give the other one a prosthetic to make it match?
A
Couldn't they
prosthetic
just use that
outie.
one baby for the shot so you see its belly button? But then he is belly button out for most of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was 100% bullshit, by the way.
Oh, you're a bitch.
Like, you made that fact up. That's not real.
No, of course that's not prosthetic outie belly button. No one's going to pick up on that shit.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
People that do podcasts on films would pick up that
Well,
shit.
we would.
Yeah.
But
Like, I noticed that the baby had an outie in one scene.
And then
then an innie.
in another scene.
He didn't just get older.
It really threw me out of the film.
Or did it throw you innie? The film?
Oh, actually, follow-up question.
Yes.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
No?
No.
I do. So you're all fucked because I've got, like, friends.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
I'm not sure. I feel like I've made, interactions up in my mind from when I was a kid. Like,
Oh,
So
okay,
you've
yeah,
imagined
sure,
that you've seen a
I've
ghost?
imagined it and, like, taken things to be what they're not. But I've never had, like, a full-on, like, I straight up saw
See,
a ghost.
not to get too dark, I haven't really, and I've got a table in front of me, so that's the knock on wood thing I'm going to do. I haven't lost anybody that I would know to have as a ghost in my
Yeah,
mind.
see,
if
I
that
don't
kinda
think
makes
I don't
sense.
think ghosts are necessarily people that we know. I don't know. I'd like to see actually, no, I wouldn't want to see a ghost. I think they're...
Would you like to see Slimer, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But what if you didn't know he was Slimer?
I
It's
would
just
be
a
so
big gloop
terrified.
of green.
Tell
that
you what,
has
I say I
see-through
believe in
food.
ghosts purely because I think it means they won't haunt me.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
okay.
I do believe in
They're
spooks.
like,
I do
she's
believe in
on our
spooks.
side.
We have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
higher chance of
Yep.
being haunted because
Correct.
we don't believe in
To
ghosts.
show you
do
that
ghosts
they
have in your
exist.
mind? Do they have something to prove? Is that why they would come after
No,
us?
they're just fucking around.
Also, are they all olden day wearing clothed ghosts?
No,
So you've seen like a
They don't have
businessman
clothes.
ghost?
Naked ghosts.
They're all
They're all
naked with
naked
a little
ghosts.
like tail like Casper. My ghosts are Casper ghosts.
They're
that are
all
like
deaf and sour.
unfinished business ghosts. Casper should be done on this podcast, by the way.
Yes.
It should.
Yeah.
Follow-up question to do you believe in ghosts? If you did have a ghostly experience, you saw a ghost, who are you going to call?
I wouldn't call anyone. Like the millennial I am, I would pull out my phone and live stream it on
Yeah,
Instagram.
same. Absolutely. Straight
But
to Facebook
ghosts
or something.
don't appear on video, I believe.
No,
Don't
you're
they?
thinking of vampires.
Correct.
Well, yeah, because there's all like spirit photography and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Spirit orbs.
yeah, I would video it. I would
Yep.
take some photos.
Yep.
I would put that sweet portrait mode on.
Put that
Get them
sweet
looking
timestamp
real
on.
good. Yeah.
Can you be like, can you stop haunting me for a moment? Just, I got to get my focus and actually, I might
that's
use live photos.
Yeah.
You want a selfie?
Yeah.
Can we get a
No,
great.
your
ghost selfie?
ankles,
You go to put
ghost
your
girl.
arm around the ghost and it would just
What
go straight
highlighter
through.
do you use? Because you are reflecting off of that fluoro.
Oh my goodness.
I would call my dad because that's who I call whenever I panic.
All right, I think it's time to sign off. I think our Ghostbusters rant has gone on long enough. If you think we've got anything to add or you think we've missed anything, please hit us up on our Instagram or any other socials that we might not have set up yet at this point in time. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Mel.
Thank you, Gavin.
Thank you, Jen. Lovely to hear some different voices on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I hope the listeners enjoy. And again, if we want to plug Jen's podcast, it is called
Nerd Out with Rob Lloyd, Jen Spears, and Sandra Felcher.
Wonderful. Give it a listen if you like us. You'll definitely like theirs. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been Gavin,
I've been Mel.
I've been Jen.
and this is the Popular Cult Podcast.
Are you recording it?
Yes, I'm
Have you got
recording
all
it.
of this stuff?
Yes.
Even the P stuff?
I didn't get any of the P stuff, no.
Oh, this is not a P tape then.
This is not a PP tape.